We've made a great discovery this morning, a 1970s version of Loose Women, and we've managed to dig out some clips. Here they are.
I was talking to my husband Roger, who's a driving instructor, the other day, and he asked me a question, which I didn't get right. He actually asked me if I broke down on a motorway, what would happen?
I love it. Fresh tea, you see that? We don't have that on Loose Women nowadays. Stacey, where are you?
Yes, you do. Here it is.
Oh, yeah. Bring it on.
Oh, I'm loving this.
Oh, lovely.
This has to be the way forward. You spotted this morning,
Yeah,
didn't you?
well, in the Daily Mail every day, they have, like, a question page where people can ask a question and then readers answer it. So the question was, does anyone recall a forerunner of Loose Women on ITV in the 60s or 70s? And somebody called Fiona Jones, thank you, Fiona, wrote in. And, yeah, it started in 1969. It was called Houseparty, and it ran until 1981, and it had a cast of 25 women on rotation, some of whom were household names at the time. Mary Morris, a TV cook.
Oh, I love her.
Angela Ladbury, a crafting expert.
Oh, my God,
That's like me and Stace. And then another lady, Cherry Marshall, who ran a model agency. And other regulars included a shop steward's wife, a plumber's wife, and a Franciscan nun.
Varied.
It's fair to say standards have slipped since then. So, yeah.
There's something about it. You mentioned crafts. Actually, that featured quite heavily in the show. Look at this.
My goodness, it's beautiful. And then that is then like that, and another piece on the inside, like in there. Can you see?
Yes, I can.
And I do that with silver. I would.
That's lovely. Silver, yeah.
And then the whole thing just sits on a little platform.
If someone doesn't put that on YouTube, I'll be upset.
They're really posh.
They are really posh,
Aren't
but
they?
that has got to come back a bit more. I mean, I know you two feel incredibly passionate about crafts.
We're a bit overexcited about crafts, aren't we?
We're going to start a craft club once a month. It's not a joke.
No. Not at all.
No, we genuinely love...
I'm desperate to start sewing. This is very like my sewing machine that I have at home, and nothing in our house ever gets chucked out. Gary the other day has lost a bit of weight, and he said to me, oh, this shirt doesn't fit me anymore. Give it to me. Altered the shirt. Lovely.
That's fantastic.
Because I did needlework at school. Because I'm the oldest.
No, I did needlework.
Did you?
Yeah, we did.
So yeah, needlework, cookery. I didn't quite bring into the 20th century, but needlework still to this day. And I go around charity shops, and I found this dress in a charity shop in the summer at Alice Temperley, which I would never buy because it's quite an expensive designer. Found this dress just dumped in a charity shop because it had smocking, and all the smocking had gone baggy, and it'd just been dumped, like a lot of people throw things away. So I bought it, redid the smocking, put in an extra little strap, just to make sure that it doesn't fall down. And here we go, here I am with my dog looking fascinated in the background.
Oh, yeah, look at that! You are so clever, Jane.
Smocked it, smocking, because we were taught to do that at school, and all those things are really useful. And I kind of think now, with everybody going green, it's a really useful skill to be able to sew and recycle.
But also, I think it's like meditation. Genuinely, if I'm feeling a bit anxious or out of sorts, I will do something crafty.
Yeah.
Like, I made my own crackers this year.
Did you?
I made my own wreath for the inside of the house.
Yeah.
I made my own... I made, like... sorry. I made a garland to go all the way up my stairways. Yeah, I just love it, Christy. Well, I do.
Stacey, I think both of you could easily have been placed in this show, couldn't you? And had your own crafting section.
100%.
I'm upset there isn't a crafting section.
Well, there's bound to be somebody out there as well that watched this first time around. I want to hear from you. Get in touch with us if you've any memories of the original kind of.
And look at Brenda knitting away there.
I mean, I've been quiet since I started. Yeah. I think people will be happy about that one.
Obviously, you can knit, but do you knit as well?
I don't knit because I don't have time.
Yeah.
But this is... I've picked it back up, crocheting. I did actually, when I was at school, because they did have the needle craft and everything, I made myself a full-size rag doll. But I was probably 9 or 10, so I was obviously smaller, but it was the same size as me. And I was very...
That was impressive.
Well, do you remember Blue Peter? It was all about doing...
Yeah. Of course it was.
Yeah.
Of course it was. Well, look, it wasn't just about crafting and chit-chat. They did actually take on topics that we could easily be discussing today.
But I have a shower after I've sort of made sure the turkey's 100%, and then I make up there very early in the morning.
I never put makeup on very early.
No, well, I feel that and then ready to meet any emergency. Just it's me. I don't. If I haven't got makeup on, I feel so it's going to last a long time.
Now, to make up or not to make up, we would absolutely be talking about that today.
I'm loving the shower.
Yeah.
I have a shower. I check the turkey's all right.
I don't have a shower. But I would be on that table saying I don't feel myself with makeup. I actually feel more myself without. Do you?
Yeah, I'm quite happy not to wear makeup.
I'd probably put makeup on Christmas Day, though.
What?
I don't wear makeup normally at home. But if there's somebody coming round, so like yesterday we had friends round for Sunday lunch, I wouldn't normally wear makeup, but because they're coming round and they're guests, I thought, well, they don't want to sit. They don't want to sit looking at me all day with no makeup on. So for me, it's about making an effort. Yeah. I wouldn't do it for my own family.
Oh, I do.
I do it.
No one's seeing me without mascara. I don't care.
Really?
Yeah. I just feel a bit like that's me now. You know, you feel a bit ready to face the world.
But you're young, you're like...
No, I'm with you, don't bother.
No.
Just leave it out, leave it out.
Like you, though, Jane, I only wear makeup on Christmas Day because if you get it in your stocking, so I end up looking like a clown, basically, because everything I get on Christmas Day, I put it straight on my face.
But you're not one of those that wakes up, sets the alarm early before Frank wakes up and goes and puts your makeup on.
In fact, he's probably the only one that will see me with absolutely nothing on, but I know people like that. That does that, and she gets up, and I think for many years basically always looks beautiful and pristine, and her husband never knows. He just thinks that's the way that it is.
I haven't got time for makeup. I'm too busy cooking the turkey and the breakfast and the... When you put all the makeup on and then you start cooking, it all runs off into the food.
Oh, yeah, I'm also talking minimal makeup. I'm not talking, like, full-on.
Yes,
sorry, I was distracted because I think my eyes are gone.
You're busy doing I can't get I like the addition of freshly poured hot tea on the show, and there's a bit of a debate looming. In fact, we've got a message not directly from Prince Charles, but from his people as to how you make a proper cup of tea. So, firstly, how would you make yours?
Like I did, put the milk in and then add the tea.
It looked milk disgusting.
Yeah.
I was like...
It's always the same amount of milk, so it doesn't really matter. It looks perfect.
Yeah, but the tea's not always the same strength, so you put the milk in before knowing what the strength of the tea is.
Yeah, but it
also,
always
you can't dissolve any sugar in there. If you put the milk in first, it's like lukewarm. Oh, I do hot water with the tea bag, leave it for ages, and then I stir my sugar in while it's still hot, and then I pour a tiny bit of milk in.
That's going to be on my gravestone to Gary. Leave the bag in. Bear weak tea.
Yeah, because no one can be bothered to wait for the bag, can they?
Well, that's what he does. Whenever he says, "Can I make you a cup of tea?" I go, "Yeah, leave the bag in," because he literally goes over to the hot water bit. And he's there for 30 seconds and he brings the tea. And I go, that has not been stewing enough.
Yeah. So it's like a weak tea. They basically just dip it.
No.
And what are you, Christine? How do you do it?
Well, I'm a bit like you, Stacey, without the sugar. However, my granny used to do this. If you've got a teapot or even just the cup, I'll put hot water in first and let it sit for a second and it gets the cup really hot, and then I make the tea.
Oh,
I love that idea.
There's a lovely tip and it makes you a really good cup of tea. Yes.
Wow, you heat it first.
That's the old-fashioned way of doing it, yeah. You're looking at me like I'm mad. It really does work.
You heat the cup and then you put hot water in it.
So put the hot water in, then pour it out, but the cup's hot from that, and then make your tea process. Honestly, it works. Prince Charles says he likes to add milk before taking out the tea bag.
Before taking out the tea bag? That is controversial.
Apparently so. You heard it here first.